Good afternoon, guys. My name is Owen Austin. I'm the Senior Account Consultant in Pentagon Solutions. Today I'm just going to give you a very brief overview of how the Meridian Portal works. The Meridian Portal is one of the Meridian suite of applications, and it basically allows you to exchange your internal Meridian Vault data with external contractors. So if I wanted to maybe share a few documents with a contractor for editing, all I would need to do is come in here, right click on the documents, come to master/project copy, create a project copy of those documents. It allows me to select which project folder I want to add the documents to, select the folder, click OK, and that'll create a copy of these documents, which is linked to the master drawing but is a totally separate entity in itself. Okay, so once those documents are added, we can see that they're in the project folder, and we can see that that project folder is linked to a Meridian Portal project. Once we are ready to send those documents to the portal, we can simply select any of the documents, right click on them, come down to the master project copy menu, select send to Meridian Portal. I'm presented with a dialog box to ask me who I want to send the document to. This will show me the recipient, their name, and also their role within the project. So obviously the project owner would have more responsibilities and more privileges than the contractor, but for the basis of this, I'm going to send this to the contractor. I can add a quick note here, and I'm going to send the documents for revision. Select OK, and you can see that those documents have now changed to have the lock symbol beside them, and if I hover over that, it tells me they are locked in an export package. If I click on the export packages tab here, I can see a bit more information about the export package. This will always be visible, so it's good for auditability and traceability of the document and who's got it and who's seen it and who it's been sent to and so on. This gives me the name of the package, just comprised of the recipient and date and time, and the description, when it was created, who the recipient is, and so on and so forth. Okay, so in the background what will happen is that document will be sent to the portal, and if I just refresh this, I can see that the status has now changed to sent. Okay, so I'm going to move on to take the role of the contractor here, just to show you what they'll see when a document is sent for is sent to them to be edited by a document controller. So as a document controller, I will receive an email that looks something like this, to say that a package has been submitted to me. So what I can do then is, if I simply click on open, it will load up the Meridian Portal homepage here, and I'm going to click on Google to use my Google authentication. You can use also Azure AD, so your Office 365 password would work here as well. So if I click on Google, it'll automatically sign me in because it knows my credentials, and I can see that I'm in as a portal contractor. We can see the two documents that I sent across, and we can see that the PDF document has a rendition and the DGN doesn't. So if I acknowledge this package, that will then send the document controller an email to tell them that I'm working on these documents and I've acknowledged receipt of this package. Once I've acknowledged it, I can see a few more details on the documents, so a few properties which are synchronized from Meridian. You can have as many as little properties in here as you want, just depending on how many properties that you're wanting to synchronize. And these properties are synchronized in both directions, so from Meridian to the portal, and if these were changed in the portal, when the document is sent back to Meridian, it'll carry those properties through to the document in Meridian as well. So we can see both documents there. Okay. Another thing there is as well, if you have a document which has a PDF rendition, and you can't set it up so that every document in the Meridian Vault will have PDF renditions, if the rendition is sent to the portal, the contractor can simply click on the view icon, and it'll load the out of the box Meridian viewer, PDF viewer, which is called PDFtron. If they are given the ability to do so, the users can actually redline these documents, but at the minute I haven't actually enabled that, so if you bear with me a sec. So in order for the PDF rendition redlining to work, the document needs to be in review or for approval. So I'll show you that just when I come to it with the with the document controller. So as a portal contractor, I can download the package of documents. So there's 2 documents in this package. I can download all, which will be the source and the renditions, or I can download the source only or the renditions only. I can also enable the option to include the metadata, and I want to save it to a single folder. So if I click OK, it downloads that package for me, and I can open these documents. Once I extract the package, I can see the documents with the rendition as well, and then I can see the CSV file with all the document metadata. Obviously you can have as little or as much this information in there as possible, or as you want, sorry. So I'll just close that. If I as a contractor had made all the changes that I needed to make, I can come back to the documents menu, click on upload. I can simply drag and drop the documents into the uploads window. It'll bring the documents, and it says it's going to commit them as a new revision, and it's going to match them to these 2 documents. So if I just hit commit all, the documents disappear from there, and I can now see that those documents are in the draft state. So what I can do then is select those 2 documents, add them to the clipboard, come into the clipboard, and then submit those, which is basically going to send them back to the document controller. The documents I've requested, click send, and you see that the clipboard revisions have been submitted. So again, as a document controller, I would get an email to say that a package has now been submitted, and similarly to the portal contractor, I can just click on the link. I'm going to log in with my Azure AD this time as the document controller, and then I can see that package is actually now with me to be acknowledged. So I acknowledge that. Now I can either reject or accept those documents. If I was to reject one of the documents, the whole package would be rejected, but the contractor would know that they only had to then update one of the documents before sending it back. For the basis of this, I'm going to just accept the package and assign ownership to myself. So once I've actually sent those or acknowledged that package, I can then add those documents to the clipboard, and then I can send them for review, for approval, or to Meridian. Just going to send them for review here. Just send them to myself for review. Click OK, and then that review package is sent. If I then come into my packages view, my review packages view, I can see that I have this review package here. So I can check out the documents, download the documents, and then I set a response. So I could just say reviewed with comments, or reviewed no comments. And then I'll come into the last one. Set a response for that one, just say reviewed, no comments. And then if I come back to that package, then I can finalize it. And then that package can then be sent back to Meridian. So I can now see that those documents are. One second. And then see that those documents are now for routing. So if I add them to the clipboard, come back into my clipboard, then I can send them back to Meridian. And once that's done, all in the background, everything should be fine, and those documents will go back to Meridian, and then the document controller will have the option to then approve them within the Meridian workflow. or else they can merge them into the master.